All right, we're live. Let's see. Let's get this stuff sorted real quick. This is the first time I am going live on both YouTube and Twitter. Twitter looks to be fine. There we go. Twitter looks to be fine. Good enough. And let's see, YouTube. Good enough as well. This is awesome. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Like I just started doing this. Let's see where we can take this. I wholeheartedly believe that things like this might make like a small difference in what's it called, in the revival of NFTs. And if not, then I'm just wasting my time, as most people are. To be honest with you guys, I have absolutely no clue what the engagement part is going to be like. Right, like I've turned on like notifications on like the engagement bot in what in both in both platforms. I'm not sure if that's going to conflict. I'm not sure if it's going to work out fine. Uh but we don't know unless we try, right? And we are here trying every day and working every day. So let's get right into it. I mean, as crypto is shitting the bed, one thing I'll say though, which is extremely interesting in my book, is that NFTs are holding up quite well, right? Um, Not really against like the dollar valuation, because like there's like an argument to be made that we have like a capitalization 0.1, 2.0, right? If we're looking at this, we actually hit a new all-time low on the dollar. That is sick. Oh well. Anyways, I don't want to focus on this part too much, right? Because like I don't want to focus too much on like the speculation aspect on these things. I really do want to focus a whole lot on the collectability on things, right? And I am a very autistic nerd who loves cats, obviously. And I also like my JPEGs. Like, this is my passion. I got a beautiful fiance. I got my family, and I got my hobby, right? So yeah, enough about me, because who cares? Let's just get right into it, because the the interesting part though is that we're not seeing like any capitulation on Solana at all. Um, I know I said like I wouldn't like go into it like all too deep, but if you're ever going to like try, right? Like if you're ever going to be like, you know what, like F it, I'll get into this. Like I've always had like some curiousness on like the collectability of things. Um, why not right here, right now? And for the sake of it, if you're going to be if you're going to do it like right here, right now, what are some of like the favorite collections you want to be a part of, right? Because like it's not only like the art, it's also like the community, the culture, it's the everything. And plus, like with like doing all of this, I kind of hope that I get to learn a little more about other NFT brands, communities as well. So if this would reach anyone, um, and you are passionate about your own what's it called, your own NFT community, feel free to let me know and feel free to engage. Um, let's see where we can take this. Like I kind of want to use this vehicle to also like better myself and like better my knowledge on NFTs. Let me just like share something because at the end of the day, the more people would tune in, the happier I am. I'm not going to lie. Um, I've done like many spaces with like 3 people listening at the heart of the bear market, but I might as well just try to like get a little more traction than that. And for anyone who is interested, um, the live videos, they get you a whole lot more retention than um, doing spaces on Twitter. Like a whole lot more. Um, when I was doing spaces, and generally I would have, let's say, like 50 people tuning in, right? Like it can be a little more, can be a little less. With this though, it's uh it's actually kind of crazy. Like averagely, like I'm doing like 3 to 400 what 3 to 400 viewers, combined with like the YouTube videos, which aren't like all that great, but we all know that the NFT market isn't like all that big, right? So if you'd have like 100 views on a video, like that's more than good enough with me, because like any like there are 200 people who are like interested in NFTs these days, right? So bear with me. There's going to be an end of this, or like an end of like the me like sharing the link. If anyone would like have a good time like tuning in with me, or you'd like to mock me and be like, hey, like haha, that's the cat retard again, um feel free to just like share it. Like I don't care either way. I just wanna I wanna do something with purpose, and I do believe that helping people um with NFTs the way I'm passionate about NFTs, that's my that's the end goal. So yeah, I am nearly done. Both on YouTube, Twitter streams. We are live. Talking DeGods and MidEvils. Boom. Okay. I mean, I'm here. Says views. I'll take it. I'm grateful for it. And let's just get this shit going, right? Because if I'm looking at this chart, at some point, like if you'd ever, and again, like it's not for price purposes, because who cares if we like the return to our banks? We shouldn't have been into NFTs in like the past few years. And that's just like the way it is. However, again, if you're like remotely interested in these kind of things, I think like this is when you might as well just risk it. It's It's not a new all-time low. It seems it's not. I do think it's a new all-time low versus yeah, it's a new all-time low versus what's it called? US dollar. But we don't care about the dollar, and that's just like fact as it is, right? Like Sol can do whatever it wants, and we're just spending our Solana. So, having said that, let's just get right into it. Starting out with DeGods. This is something I will always keep reminding people. If you want to have a good time and like you don't like the risk in NFTs and like yada yada yada, do yourself like a favor. Just like remain with floors. Floors are always way more liquid. There's not as much risk. You can just like instant sell them. And fact is, um, what's there not to like on the floor? Like, especially within like this period of time, right? Like, people are capitulating on their mid rares because, like, well, in the heart of the bear market, it's safe to say that you'd have pretty much the floors being like the biggest points of measurements and the grills. Anywhere in between, besides apes, the ape skin on DeGods is having like a rough patch right now, right? So if we are going to floors on DeGods, let me like find you something which should be considered a floor. Just look at this ugly bastard. I mean, and what is ugly, right? Because like this is just my opinion. It can be right, it can be wrong. Like, who am I to tell you what to like or what not to like? However, however, if when you think of rarity, when you think of art, DeGods is absolutely fine, but like it's fair to say that this one doesn't have like anything uh special going for it, right? Um Not at all. So if you want to get into DeGods, like this is kind of like in times of more liquidity, this is kind of what you can expect of getting yourself into, right? Uh Very like a non-rare skin, even though it's listed as rare, but like there's so many skins that everything's considered like a rare skin on Tensor pretty much. No rare traits, no rare nothing. It's not really clean, right? But if we are looking at more clean ones, like this one, I think there's great value in that one. And I think this is also considered to be considered great art. I really do. I think that like for anyone tuning into DGOTS right here, right now, let me come up with something cool because it is not only about like this piece of art, right? Um, the thing with DGOTS is that there are several seasons and they all have their own like specific traits. So let me show you. Boom. There we go. DGods.com, folks. Let's get through the several seasons there are available on DGods. This is your season 1, right? You see that like the skin tone is like just slightly different. Like the sunglasses are pretty ugly. Let's just call it like it is. I am. It's no secret. Like I'm not that much of a fan of season 1. I wasn't there, so I don't like feel the nostalgia aspect to it. Just not a fan. Let's just call it like it is. Season 2 had like its small little rework at some time, right? Like you see here how like there you see like the teeth and like the flesh shining through and like the mouth feature. I'm not sure what it's called. It is called the Vape God. So yeah, you can see how it's different here. Here it looks like a little cleaner. Let's just call it for what it is. And season 3, I mean, that's just banging art. Season 3 is where like the fall from grace really started for DeGods, right? Um, I don't get it. Like basically, it's like some backstory. Like they shut up from what, like 10 Solana to 2,000 Solana. So it's quite logical. Whatever goes up must come down as well. And like in the meantime, like obviously, like a lot of like buffoonery has happened with Frank and whatnot. He left, yada yada. Yada. These guys are still alive and kicking, like very much in a different kind of way. Um, but they're fun. Like it's fun, like collecting with them. It's from a community aspect. It's by far like the best community I've been like um been a part of. And to basically state my claim, I've heard like the quote from Pixel Rainbow, which is a legendary collector within DeGods, who basically said it best, like, "Hey, DeGods make it to where I can basically go anywhere in the world and get myself like a nice steak dinner with one of these friends slash community members." And like that's the special thing about DeGods, right? Like people love to shit on Frank, people love to shit on what happened and whatnot, but like this is special. This is special. Like this is a community which survived the worst of like bear markets, um, and they're having a good time now. They really do, and it's not sponsored. Like if new leadership, if Pasta and Chill are listening to this, and you're like, hey, like I want to sponsor this, I am all open for business, baby. But that's not the case. Like I got like a shitload of DeGods myself, and like I think I have like all the right to. Like I think the art is absolutely amazing. The community is absolutely great. The lore is absolutely great. People tend to forget that. Like when people are thinking of NFTs these days, it's very much about like what utility do I have? What this? What that? I just want to collect amazing looking art like the one right here. And like the several versions of this art. I just believe like this is wholesome. I really do. Anyways, let's uh let's get to this one again. You don't want to hear me up like all too much. Like anyways, like if people feel like engaging, the what's it called? The chat box on Twitter should pop up on screen. I am not entirely sure on YouTube, but like it should work the same way. Fact is, like, I have absolutely no idea. I'm fucking around and finding out, as we say. Um, so yeah, let me just like check a few things. Boom. Okay, good enough. Let's continue. So like, I think like this is a great god. A It's a great looking god when like prices are at their lowest, especially on like the dollar valuation. This is also like a very similar, very clean piece, right? Like some community members don't like the arrows in the back. I think they're quite cool. I'm not quite sure why anyone would dislike that, but like I don't think it's a way to really devalue your piece of art. I don't think like your art kind of sucks because it has like a custom like arrow in the back, right? But yeah, let's see other good value. I am a fan of this one. Um, Basically within like the DeGods community, there's a thing called like porn mustache gang. PMG. This one is like hell of a good of a PMG. Um, Granite skin, godly tunic, which works really well with like the overall aesthetic to this. Devil wings, what's like the buzz cut hair. I'm wondering what like the different seasons are on this one. Let me just like pull it up. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm too much of a fan of like this blue right here. I think it kind of breaks it. But then again, like we're talking about like art on Solana. Hey Tony, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Um, I don't think like this matters like too much. I've heard like the new or like I read the new team at like some point asking questions. Wait, let me just fucking sit straight, guys. At like some point, I've heard like the or read like the new team basically asking questions on like, hey, how do you like this color palette on the season 3, like implying maybe like a change sometime. I don't think it's ever gonna get there, but I do think it will make like a huge difference, right? Um, it's kind of hard on the same time though, because like if we're looking like price wise, let me just. I am definitely like screwing around a little bit with like all the screens. There we go. If you're looking at the price, right? Like fundamentally speaking, it's 20% above like the floor price, which isn't considered cheap. But then again, like this is all so shallow. Like it's so it's not that we're like trading at 100 Solana and like we're talking about like 20 Solana more, right? Like we're talking about like half a Solana, and Solana is quite literally shitting the bed right now. Anyways, something to take into account as well is that we DeGods holders have like Dusty's 2.0 going on. Let me actually see. I can. It's basically like a raffle on based on like how many tickets you've generated. You generate tickets by basically holding DeGods, and so it's free. And you can win a whole bunch of cool stuff like this, right? Like that's a TLDR. However, some of those batches, well, you get batches based on traits within your DeGod art. One of those batches is like a leopard skin. So if you're seeing like a leopard skin around like the floor, you might as well just like consider taking that if you're not really sure what to pick, because like if it's for extra odds on, well, you're performing well on raffles and like getting yourself some tickets, you might as well. Having said that, I don't dislike this art at all. I think like the leopard skin really is great with like the blue overall, the way you see like the shoulders, etc., etc. Works well with like the hairband and like the glasses. I think like this is a good one. But you know what? Why don't we just get into like the more like the juicier picks, right? Mm, again, if anyone is tuning in, it feels like engaging. Like I'm all here for it. It makes my life a lot easier. Not gonna lie. Um, so yeah. Let's, one second, guys. Anyways, this is like the first one which really gets my attention. Exposed brain. It says it's mythic, or it doesn't say. It just says it's really rare. I think it's considered like a super rare trait, but like it's a good trait. The exposed brain is quite fucking cool. I'm not the biggest fan of these glasses, but like it's a cool god. Like it really is. Um, what's the number? 6 9 to 1. I don't mind it at all. Um, on season one, it looks actually like quite cool. Again, like I'm not the biggest fan of season one. Yeah, Tona's saying like he likes the leopard skin. Yeah, I think it's also like might be considered like a little bit undervalued, right? With um it's so close to floor price. It's going to be interesting how times change up when like there will be more liquidity within the NFT market, and people would have more demand or not more demand for batched trades, right? Like the leopard skin. Interesting. I think like these might be opportunities here potentially. Anyways, season one looks kind of cool. Season two is there are two variations of season two. Interesting. I think it's a cool one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's pretty I think it's pretty dope. I really do. Um Season 3 kind of is not the best though. Let's just like call it for what it is. Like it's maybe like I don't think it should be worth like sitting like 1 Solana above floor price, but I'm not like the biggest fucking fan of like, season 3. I'll just call it like it is. 1 second, guys. Uh yeah, I don't think it's gonna be good for you guys to hear me blow my nose while I'm wearing this cap mask. Well, we all got to do what we got to do, right? Anyways, I do kind of feel like it's an opportunity. Make no mistake. I also kind of feel that like season 3 is not really where the money is at. Um, but this is kind of the thing with DeGods, though. Like, and this is like the cool part about DeGods. This is why you might want to be a fan. Uh, listen there. Cool. Let me get to that, Lakito. Appreciate you tuning in. Um, sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss with like the different seasons, and that's just like the way it is. I think like it's fair to say that season 2, the way like they're listed right here right now, is the main season. Like this is what got them to like the absolute uh, um top of the bill, if you will. And the other ones are just like extras. Let me go to the one Liquido suggested. Yeah, Liquido, that's actually like crazy. We already discussed that one. It's absolutely great. It's porn mustache gang. It has devil wings. Like people don't care about like devil wings these days, right? But the people used to care about it. Works really well. This is like a fine looking DeGod. It really is. But You know what? Like we've been up into like the 5.5 salami level. Let's just spice things up right now, right? Because like if you're like, what, you know what, I want to kind of treat myself with something cool. I don't want to like just buy myself like a 4-1. But I do want to get myself something, oh, what makes like some fucking noise, right? Um, I see like a whole lot of like DeGods tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Like, let's see if we can get like some people to like share our passion. Um, I think it's not that. Like, let's get to like some of the better mid tiers. I think like this one is again. This one is, oh shit, I actually have like the wrong screen up. I'm so sorry. I'm still a noob in this thing, guys. So you have to bear with me. Boom. Okay. The exposed brain is really good. This is not like this should not be considered the floor at not even like one Solana above like the floor level. I think like this is, if not like the biggest opportunity. Anyways, we're getting into like the background territory, right? The Alaskan background. I think like this one isn't like bad at all. It has like the Dimmadome hat, which is like super rare, if I'm not mistaken. The Alaskan background is considered super rare. Like the Coachella shirt is considered really good. Um, Two ways to look at it. Again, are we following whatever the um the floor prices, and are we just buying floors, or do we want to treat ourselves a little? And I think like this is a fine starting piece to treat yourself a little with. um like this is like some cool lore time, and I'm sure that like a lot of like the DeGods people who are tuning in, like they don't know about this, but like obviously me and Candy Apple are best friends. We are best friends, guys. Even though like the guy doesn't like reply to me in DMs anymore, I still co-host the medieval town halls. Well, what we'll get to in a little bit. Uh, he's just like really busy these days, guys. Like I'm sure everything is fine, and he regards me very highly. However, my best friend Kenny Apple told me that like the way that the Alaska background was like tune in is because like he actually went fishing by himself for like a few months in Alaska, just like catching salmon, and that's why they got the background implemented. I thought that was pretty cool to have. Like, so like the reason that we're looking at this is because like the one of the designers actually went to Alaska fishing, and that got him his inspiration for like designing this background. Um, since we're at it anyways, let's see how does like the background translate to several seasons. I mean, like it has like two super rare features. It's a fine looking god, like it really is. Let's see. I mean, like season one looks a little silly. Season two is like where it's at, right? It's I do feel like this art is exceptional. It really is. Like maybe like something for another day, but like DGOTS is like kind of crazy if you like zoom into it. The devil really is into the details. You know what? I'll show you guys. This is a season 3 on this one is like really cool as well. You know what? Like I'll actually show you guys. Like, this is something some of you might not know about. Actually, like even like the ones who are tuning in on what's it called on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Like the ones who are really hardcore, uh, liking this lesson on DeGods. Man, like I appreciate that a lot. That means a whole lot to me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Talking about DeGods lessons, you guys won't know, but this one is like really cool. So people are always shitting on season 3, right? But like the devil really is in the details. Like it really is. Um, so there's like a head tattoo. I'll warm you guys up a little bit, and like we'll get to something really cool. Okay. So first is like DeGods has like the 3.33 tattoo, or like the 33.3. Is it here? Yeah, boom, Rockstar Dance. So first of all, like the color of the tattoo is like depending on your skin. That's one. Like one trait gets like different colors of tattoos. Uh Depending on where is it? Or maybe I'm talking shit. I don't think I am though. So far I am. Where was that though? It was season 2. I thought it was season 3, but basically in season 2 you'd have like the tattoo being right here. It basically changes colors depending on the skin tone. I mean, like this is a little too messy. You won't be able to see it. Here, like you see, like these tattoos being in blue, which is really cool in my opinion. Like these are like the crazy kind of details you gotta appreciate if you're in for like the collecting thing. Uh, oh, Broken Pepe just reading this. Used to scroll in the collection in 21 with my son. He has picked one out and he wants in due time. Feel free to share which one your son wants. That'd be awesome. Um, Let me get to the really cool stuff, right? Because like this is like just like a warm up. Um, there is a trait called goatee, and I don't think like people don't fucking care about that one. It's not like that special at all. It's basically it's the porn mustache gang, and I was gonna say that like like right now. Let me get to it though. If you're gonna have yourself like a goatee on season 3, it's nothing really special, right? Basically, you just get them to smile, and that's it. However, yes, I was gonna get to it. So if you're gonna have like a goatee on a mythic skin, then you'd see a golden tooth. That's pretty dope in my book, man. And like that's kind of why you gotta appreciate the art in these kind of things, right? Like who cares about like short-term price action and all those kind of things? If you're liking yourself like a holofoil PSA 10 graded Charizard, you might as well just like yourself this. This looks absolutely fucking amazing. And I don't know, man, like it's these kinds of like details which make like DeGods like very different. Now, true, there's one thing that one should know though. It's actually the same on like the X-ray skin as well. Let's see. So this is just like a normal one. This is Chill's uh, profile picture, by the way. Chills is like a co-CEO of DeGods right now. No one has talked to the guy though. Chills, if you're listening this, come and hang out with the broskies. We still exist, right? But other than that, let's go to the X-ray skin, because the X-ray skin in like season 3 is fucking sick too. X-rays are like so undervalued right now, guys. Like they used to be pretty much on par with apes, but like the community has like decided for themselves to only go in on apes. I will fight anyone who's going to tell me that a floor ape at 2.5x floor price is underpriced. I think you guys are out of your mind. Um, but boom, another golden tooth. And this is what like the season 3 looks like on X-rays, right? Yeah. Hell yes, X-rays on top. It's the way it is. One of the most beautiful uh um traits, really. Like there's so many like versions on this as well, right? Like the season 1, it kind of is what it is. Who cares? Season 2, like the first version or the second version, whatever you want to call it. Season 3, this one is absolutely great. It's so good. Like it's so nice. I'll give you guys like a little nugget as well. Sex rays which are considered nude, so obviously no clothes, right? Um, they are they were considered to be grills. Um, People don't care right now, but like these are, if you're like passionate about like collecting these things, I think like this is where, not where the money is at, as in you're gonna make a whole bunch of money with that. I just think that there's great value in that. It's I mean, just look at this. If you're a sucker for art, which I am, you gotta respect this, right? Like it. I think like this is beautiful. It really is, and like I think maybe that should take us to what we're gonna like go to right now, which are just like exceptional pieces on the market. Maybe not for like the floor prices, etc. But like, what are some pristine fucking pieces of art? That's kind of what I want to get into right now. And let's scout them. Let's get to it. What is it like a cool one to rock as your profile picture? And by the way, guys, just like I am absolutely dying below this mask. Give me like 1 second, please. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I'm agreeing with the narrow there. DeGods is definitely ahead of its time. All right, let's get to like the first one. This one used to be mine, but guess what? I used it as collateral to get myself a divine rope. Not sorry at all. Or was it? No, actually, it wasn't. Collateral for another one. This one is fucking cool. Um, you got like backgrounds, you got good looking backgrounds, and you got great looking backgrounds. Like this is a great looking non-mythic background. Anyone within the DeGods community who sees this as a um profile picture will know like you're a real one. Cool. I like it. Let's scan through to the next one. I think this is a great buy, price wise, because it might as well just be a floor. But it's a good buy looks wise. Are you kidding me? Like, do you want to rock a pixelated? Sorry, do you want to rock a pixelated ape, or do you want to rock something cool? Right. This one is really cool. The next one I'm eyeing, I kind of want to show that off like on the season 3. It's gonna be this one. It's the radioactive tea. Now, is that rare? I think it's kind of rare. I also think that people don't really care about that right now. Just being honest with you. However, I do kind of feel like you gotta respect it, or like you gotta. It's cool art, especially like this is where like the collectability and like the difference in seasons really kick in. Let me just show you guys. Um, close radioactive tea. Give me 2 seconds. By the way, I'll just like change the screen. I'm not gonna lie though, like they are definitely like a little bit of an eyesore. A very cool eyesore, nevertheless. There you go. This is the one we're just looking at. Very clean. I think it's cool. But this is kind of where it's at, right? The radioactive tea is like it kind of gives you like a X-ray version of like your DeGod. I don't know. Like again, this is why I chose DeGods as like being like part of my home, because like obviously like there's I can talk about like this on Spaces, but I might as well just show anyone, right? Like why do I happen to prefer like this one as one of the main ones? I think this is just sick. So, anyways, like if you are contemplating getting yourself a DeGod, do yourself a favor and go to degods.com/gallery and just look at all the versions. I think like there is some fast mispricement as well for like people who do not give a shit about like the different versions. Right? You might look on the um secondaries like Tensor, Magic Eden, like whatever. Um but you might undersell yourself with not knowing how good or how cool like the other seasons might be. Let's get to the next one. This is another one I'm really a fan of. Gold skin, the Gucci hat, right? Blue overalls. Santa beard really works together with the Gucci hat. The Gucci hat really works together with like the skin tone and like the blue overalls with like the little critter being right here. It just looks cool. I think this is objectively like the best art on Solana. And again, if you're scrolling through all of like I wasn't even aware of this, but like there's one color B. That's kind of cool. Nice clean heaven background. I'm very much a fan of these. But let's just go where it's at, right? I think like this is where like things are starting to rile up a little bit and all the aspects. Ape's floor price is at 10 Solana, which I just think is nuts. To each their own, but not to me. Not at these prices. In comparison to that, you'd have yourself like a mythic traits. These MFers are so undervalued right now. Because fact is like nobody really cares about like the mythic traits, us in like Third Eye, all that much. Blue overalls yet again. Third Eye. I mean, like this is pretty fucking cool, I think. That's just my humble opinion there. This one is really good. I know like the seller as well. Like it's I believe it's Sandman. It's a good one. I don't think like this should be priced the same as like a floor ape. Another part like the rainbow laser eyes. Oh, by the way, unlike the third eye, there's only like 54 or 57 third eyes in the collection. So do with that what you will. People don't really care about that right now. I think most people are wrong. I think this is way better than an average ape. This ape is really good looking though. Used to be mine. But yeah, what you gonna do? This is another one which I kind of feel that people are not appreciating. Rainbow laser eyes. There aren't too much. There just aren't. As too much. Let me just like tell you how many there are. Actually, 71 in the collection of like 10K, and I got like 3 or 4 of them. So do with that what you will, but this is I think like this one is really cool. Let's maybe go through like the different versions of that one as well, right? Because like I do kind of feel that like the rainbow laser eyes are worth it to kind of check out in that sense. Let's see. I mean, this is fairly different from season 2. Quite the art upgrade. But season 3, Rainbow Lasers is like really cool, right? Like the big difference is like obviously the art style, but also the fact that this little fucking Ethereum beam, whatever it is, just got removed to be like a tattoo, like a tear tattoo. I think this one is good. I think this one is overlooked, actually. Yeah. Who am I, right? This is another one which looks cool. I do think like the winged helmet is it cool? Yeah. It kind of sucks to have like a winged helmet if there's like the mythic war helmet. That's just me. I just don't care for it that much, I guess. And like last but not least, potentially like I kind of want to do highlight the pharaoh hairdress. Uh People don't care. I guess rightfully so in a way, but I can't help to like them. I think they're really cool. I think they're extremely cool. Let's this is probably like one of the best pharaoh's headdress, but still just a detail, right? You got to understand that like you're not really supposed to zoom in this hard on this, right? But like with like the king cobra with like the on the symbol here, there's like a beetle there. um I actually wasn't aware that you have like several of these beetles running on this, right? Um, Sadly, it's not for sale. Sadly, it isn't. Whoops! I closed my stream, which I shouldn't have. Give me one sec. Close the stream. Close like the what? The screen. Share screen. There we are again. This is another one I had like a few days ago. This is one I used as collateral for the Divine Ropes, which I'm rocking as a profile picture right now. I think this one is really cool looking. I'm not sure if it's worth like 2.5x floor price good looking, but it's really good looking. Right? Some people don't like the hair. I don't mind the hair that much. Oops. I don't. Some people don't like the pipe for whatever reason. I think like you should be handled. You should be able to handle smoking pure gold. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So yeah, I think like that's kind of it on DeGods right now, right? Because like this is where you get into like the X amount of floor prices kind of thing. Um, yeah, that's kind of it. Um, I will say one thing though. I don't think a nebula should be sold below $2,000. Like, are you kidding me? Um, that is just absolutely crazy. It's an ugly fuck. Let's just call it for what it is. But still, like this is, I don't think like anyone ever kind of thought to themselves like one day there's going to be like a nebula listed and it will not sell under 2,000. Just some food for thought, you guys. I will be back in 5 minutes or so. Let me see if I can get like some overlay on that or or whatever. Be right back. Wait. Nope. This is not what I want to. This is only 15 seconds or something. I'm just figuring this out, guys. Uh, give me like a little bit. I just need to get myself like a coffee. It is what it is. Like I'm still noob at these things. I really need to like improve upon like these kind of things. Um, but yeah, just so you know, I'll be back in a second. Um, and that's kind of it. Like, let me see if I can fix that with maybe. Wait, I think I can do something. This is going to be my entry into like the NFT market. You will see it's going to absolutely be amazing. Like this is my starting point as a aspiring designer. Wait, rather than image file. Let's see. Boom, enter stage. Be right back. 5 minutes. I'll see you guys in a little bit. 5 minutes. We're back. Just us. I don't think it's working. It is working. Good. Bear with me, guys. I'm still figuring this shit out. I am a absolute noob in these kind of things. So yeah, that brings us to MidEvils, right? I am a huge fan of mids. Nice. Why I'm saying that and nice is because like I had like a live stream yesterday as well, and one of the ones I thought was actually like really undervalued, and I said that on stream. Actually, like that was Jim Jammer, who won it. Jim Jammer, big DeGods guy. Uh, he won that one. Good for him. Congrats. That's an awesome one. MidEvils, anyways, they are what? The designers from the original DeGods, which makes them like pretty much like a huge name within the space, right? Let's just say it like it is. Started their next company called Infinite Fun, releasing Gwyn's pixelated art, and like this is their flagship project. Basically, intertwining like a lot of like burning mechanisms in order to hype this shit up, right? Burn X, get Y and Z. The art is not DeGods. Definitely isn't DeGods. It's very mid, and I do kind of feel like that's the point, right? Like it's very relatable and cartoony on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's like, hey, yeah, fucking just a flesh wound, or well, wearing my headset with like a cloak which is on fire, right? Like I think like that's the inside joke, being like kind of edgy on the one side and kind of relatable on the other side, right? Like what's there not to like? Right now they have like something going on with Primevals. Um, like a little backstory here. First of all, this is not sponsored. If Candy, Apple, and Johnny D Gods are going to look at this and be like, I want to sponsor this guy, feel free. Like I'm just doing this for dick all. But if not, I am happy to educate the people why I am why I am a collector. I'm quite a big collector in this collection. Uh I do like the art. I think like the orcs look really cool. If like anyone used to play World of Warcraft, like it's kind of very obvious where they drew their inspiration from. And something to actually take into account, that you had to burn two orcs or like two mints in order to get one orc. So objectively, right here, right now, I do feel like the orcs are undervalued, or like they're undervalued. They're either losing value, right? But objectively speaking, like one orc was worth two mints, and I think they look great. So maybe let's get through the Primevals for a little bit. This is their next burn. I already made like a video on this. But yeah, anyways, the lore basically says like, hey, before in Midland and the MidEvils were rolling around, it was like the Primevals who ruled these lands. Are you interested in making NFTs fun again? Yes, I am. Don't get too excited. Sorry. Let's get started. Primevals, right? Like same at Hardy-esque kind of art style. Again, really mid looking art style, but like that's more than DeGods, like from a collector's perspective, I really like the way this is like way more like this is a lower entry barrier, right? When you're looking at this art, it's kind of like, who cares? But like, who cares about like these kind of like Eddie Hardy-esque tattoos, right? Like it's fun, it's not too interesting. Like they're fucking around and finding out as we speak. Who knows what's right or wrong, right? Um, but I think it's fair to say that Medievals is a lot more on the journey and what is yet to come, and imagining what can we expect in the future, right? Like, would there be an art upgrade? Would there be a reason to exploit? Like, they just started, and that's the cool part. Like, I think they've been live for 6 months, and people, I think, like so far, like reactions are quite good. Um, if we're looking at price action, I mean, this is against the dollar, but like anything is like flushed against the dollar, right? This does not look bad, in my opinion, on against Solana, especially when NFTs are like in like the first ever kind of NFT market, right? Like kind of similar to altcoins back in 2017, to where people were like, is this industry ever going to survive? Anyways, that's not where we are right here right now. um let's just go through like the primevals part, right? Let's 1000 supply, built by the community, free mint. How it works: own and train one medieval. Training kind of means like staking. It's a locking mechanism which gives you governance rights for choosing which primevals are actually going to make like the NFT. Vote on every trade, mint on the 31st of March for free, and then the random burn begins. So about the random burn, guys, like a lot of people are gonna like all get cucked. Let's just call it for what it is. Um, what's going to happen is that 95% out of like these 1,000 are going to be burned. So like you're gonna wake up one day and your NFT is not gonna be there anymore. In order to save those NFTs, which might get burned in 95% of the cases, you're going to burn 2 myths to save 1 primeval. That's just how it works. So a lot of people will basically be kicking a rock, because they're going to wake up one day and like the NFT they had at some point is not gonna is not gonna be there, right? Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So just make sure, like, if you're gonna like play these games, just like know the risks. Mm, so yeah. Just as I said, 95% will be burned randomly in 3 weeks. I don't like those odds, right? Like, I don't think it makes sense to like risk like a 5% in order to not burn. But yeah, like this is kind of like one of the mechanisms why it's why myths are working the way they're working, right? Like this is like their thesis, this is what they're testing, and like so far it's been like quite cool. I do kind of feel like the orgs have really delivered just the longevity in these kind of things, right? Like I do feel like anyone tuning in, if you're gonna ask me like, hey, like what would you reckon are good, personal opinion, right? Like any NFT right now is not like the best investment. Let's just say it like it is until it is. Um, orcs below like the 2x floor price, I believe, is objectively a good deal. A really good deal. Just like for the just I mean, like you had to burn 2 NFTs in order to uh get yourself one orc. I think like that's I think like that makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. Uh Especially around floor price, right? I think I think like the art looks nicer. That's one. And again, like you had to burn 2 floors, which is what, 1.5 Solana right here, right now. You can pick them up for 0.95 Solana. And I do kind of feel like this one looks really good. Really good. Yeah. Uh Top Blaster got the Orc Dylan today. Congrats to him. Like the Orc Dylan. This one is absolutely stunning, right? This is like where like on the one hand it's kind of mid. On the other hand, like this is a cool profile picture in my book. Again, very different to DeGods. You can see like the way it's connected to DeGods. Because, well, you know what? Let's just like let me show you why this is like the equivalent to DeGods. Uh, since we're talking about like the fact that this is these are like the same designers, right? It's easily like you can see like the way like the of confluence between like these collections. If you're looking at like the Mythic War helmet, aka Dylan, you also have like the Orc Dylan, but more specifically, there's another trait which is equally rare in the medievals collection called Summoner's Helmet. Summoner's Helm, none are listed. Let's see. I mean, you can see like how they're somewhat related, right? Same with Mythic War armor, for example, on DeGods. There you go. And let's go to this one. You can see the similarities, right? It's different. I think like DeGods has there's more detail. DeGods is less cartoony, less mid, but that's kind of why they're called medievals to begin with, because like the art is myths, and like that's the entire inside joke to it, right? And even that part, I do kind of feel like you gotta respect that to a little bit, right? Because like on the one hand, like you have this guy rocking like the fucking the blunt locks and like the mock glasses, and then it's like in this entire armor ready to go to war, right? Like it's if you're into these kind of things, like this is why you should be into them. Kind of like if you believe that a Charizard is cool for the art, it makes you feel a certain way, and like this is how it makes, well, anyone who's excited about these things feel about like these pieces, right? Like look at this guy, like I know who owns this one. um we go way back. um we had like great fun like discussing this piece of art, right? Because like it kind of looks a little bit retarded. Let's just say it for what it is. And just the flesh wound stabbing him right in the heart, right? But then again, like you do see like the cool armor, and I don't know, like it's a cool fucking NFT community to be a part of. And I got like the founders, they basically hinted a lot on art upgrades. Basically, what they said was that um, the collection would not look the same way in a year from now. I am not sure what to make of that. Uh, this is like the Divine Rose for DeGods, by the way. One of like the premier traits within like the collection. And then you'd have like the Merlin's cloak, which is, I think it's fair to say that the Merlin's cloak is like the medieval's equivalent to a divine robes, right? So, I mean, just look at this. Just look at like the ugly fucking nose with like the mid fucking glasses with the locks, and like the armor looks really cool, but very cartoony and mid. And again, like if you're a sucker for like these kind of art traits and you're having a good time collecting them and being a part of the community and blending in, I just believe this is awesome. I really do. Um so yeah, that's why I like them. I do kind of feel that medievals has like a few things to overcome, and that's due to their burning mechanism, right? I do kind of feel that um a lot of the emphasis is on floors right here, right now. I also believe that sooner or later that will more than likely change. I would reckon so. If it wouldn't change though, like so be it. Uh but I kind of believe it will. Because at the end of the day, like it's only going to be like a matter of time before like people who care are starting to step in and be like, well, you know what? I don't want to be. I don't want to have like a floor mid. I kind of want to treat myself, right? And that's how you basically get into like these things. Um, this is looking quite cool. Well, let's again objectively within medievals, you're going to be best off when you're just playing floors, because right here, right now, the whole premise is to burn floors and get more well, to basically participate in like community events. For that, like just burning floors makes the most sense. But I do kind of feel that if you're just like getting looking to get in and you do appreciate this kind of art, you might as well just like appreciate like these rarer traits and consider not burning them, right? You might just like, if you're looking to get into this collection, just like buy yourself an orc here and there, because like they might be under, there's only like 300 orcs in the entire collection, and all of the orc traits are extremely rare. And that's not me speaking like personally, like this is not my opinion, like this is just factual, this is objective, right? Beasts are like quite rare as well. um Beasts are basically like the eagles, the creature, wolf, gorilla, and the tiger. Um, I mean, just look at this fucking wolf. Oh, I mean, just imagine waking up like that, right? I think like that, it kind of looks like the medieval wolf, which is kind of ugly. Let's just say it like it is, which got like reworked in like a cartoon way of doing things or whatever, right? So I don't know. I think it might make a lot of sense just like getting yourself slightly into like these kind of ecosystems. If you share like the passion, I don't mind this one. I think it's cool. If you share like this kind of passion, if you share like wanting to be like a part of this, better to allocate right now than compared to like when everyone and their mom who basically is doing well as we basically had before, right? When NFTs fell down, they went to sneakers. When sneakers fell down, they went to Pokemon cards. Now, Pokemon cards is definitely more of a top than a bottom. Who knows how long it will uh, last for? It might last forever, right? But like historically, like tops don't last forever. I think like NFTs are not too hard to get into right now. It really reminds me of altcoins back in 2017 because like there's only like a few exchanges. You need to get yourself into Solana to get them, kind of as you needed to get Bitcoin to buy all altcoins with in back in the day. Um, I think just like this one is great. I don't think it's cheap, but it's a great looking profile picture. Same with this one. It's the second rare skin in the game. I think it looks really awesome. I really do think so. So yeah, I think that kind of concludes where we're at right now. Um, there's not a whole lot for sale either. I'll tell you this much though, like the what's being offered on the secondaries is definitely like shrinking. Only 354 are listed right now. That's crazy. Just so you know, guys, like I wouldn't be surprised if this locking mechanism will would like propel prices up again. Like this is not what I want to focus on, but like this is basically how like things start capitulating to the upside, right? By decreasing the amount being offered, the amount of like collect JPEGs being offered. So yeah. Anyways, I think for me, that's kind of it for today. Um, whereas for like the market analysis with secondaries on DeGods and on MidEvils, I will work my ass off to improve, to have more content to show for you guys. Bear with me because like I'm very much a noob in these kind of things. Um, but it won't be for the lack of trying. I will die on this hill, and I will die on this hill, and that's perfectly fine. I am very passionate about JPEGs. This is my favorite hobby, and basically the way JPEGs have affected my life with like the connections I've had, with the special kind of bonds I've had, with the way like friendships have evolved. I would wish that upon like anyone, and that's kind of why I started doing this. And if I can basically live a purposeful life and mean more to this space, I don't care how hard I need to work on that, and I will keep on improving. So, TLDR, thank you so much for tuning in. It means the world to me. And if you like this, if this is entertaining to you, if this is educational to you, if there's like a way to where I basically, well, make your day a little better, please help me help you. Please engage with this to whatever possibility you can. Like I'm extremely small um as an account, but at the same time, like no one is doing this, right? So the market is right there for the taking. If there's anyone listening to this and feels like, hey, like I'm a collector. I want to join you on stream, talk about my collection. I want to shine like a light on anyone and everyone within like NFTs. Uh, let's uh, let's collaborate. Thank you for the ones who basically tuned in. Many DeGod members. I saw some medieval members as well. It means the world to me. Like your support is extreme. Like it's genuinely appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and on to the next one. Cheers.